Today's horoscope from AstroCademy, Cancer, August 27, 2024. You are no stranger to change, but it may take some reining in of your personal power in order to direct your ability to change constructively. Imagine you are both your own father and your own mother, depending on your age. This will be easier or harder to do, and create your boundaries, including your actions and language, your limits in relationships and your requirements on the job. You are also in charge of nurturing yourself with the food, the rest, the exercise, the affection you need to survive. Don't forget to give yourself a lot of positive reinforcement. However, dialoguing will also be of great importance. Be as comprehensive as possible and don't try to confirm yourself too suddenly. Be firm while remaining fraternal and responsible. You could get into some fights with friends and family if you're not careful today. Having the moon in your communication sector during the sun's first and Venus last weekend in your relationship sector is advantageous, especially as it coincides with the dwarf planet Ceres' final full day in retrograde motion in your friendship sector. The moon's favorable interactions with the Sun yesterday, Ceres today, and Venus before departing tomorrow not only unite these elements but also bring Uranus into focus as he approaches his final week of direct motion in your communication sector. The stars align to create a special day for enhancing communication, friendships, and relationships. In a case of perfect timing, it is just as the Sun is spending his first and Venus, the planet of love, her last weekend in your relationship sector, that the moon is making its monthly visit to your communication sector. A friendly aspect to the Sun yesterday and to Venus before leaving tomorrow is bringing the communication gods into the loop at what is a special weekend for your relationships. A Venus-Neptune transit influencing early today supports your romantic, intuitive, and creative side. Your appeal is strong, and you express yourself uniquely and creatively. There can be a feeling of unburdening, letting go of negative things or thoughts, and enjoying others. Still, a Mars-Saturn transit brings stop-and-go energy to your relationships, especially as the day advances. Interactions may suffer from poor timing, or others seem disapproving and disinterested. There can be a sense of being blocked, either by others or by circumstances, and this can be frustrating. However, it's also a message from the cosmos to be patient, to wait things out, and to spend a little more time getting things right before pushing ahead with your plans. Whenever a storm approaches, you love to watch the thunderclouds roll in. You stand upon your patio and beckon them to come. However, this week could bring terrible heartbreak and drama that even you cannot handle. It would be wise to not summon the hurricane. Instead, run, or even sprint, to safety before it overtakes you. Today, your planetary co-ruler Mars, igniting your solar 7th house of partnership, will wage war on Saturn, orbiting in your solar 4th house of home, family, and domesticity. Tremendous conflict is likely to consume you around these themes. So don't throw glass or threaten when you're in a space you've built to be sacred. How do you want to handle your commitments? Having a disorganized work-life balance can create unnecessary stress when Mars in Taurus squares Saturn retrograde in Aquarius. The square implies that your obligations could impact the structure of your social life, home life, and private matters. It could be challenging to adjust your commitments, especially if you are passionate about a few of your professional arrangements or partnerships. But if you want to maintain a healthy work and life balance, then you will need to be open to compromise. Compromise is more empowering than disempowering. Our eyes in the sky. If you find yourself more alert than usual tonight, try not to worry. Instead, see this as an opportunity, a moment when your mind might be more open to possibilities. Sometimes, those nights when we can't seem to wind down are exactly when our brains are trying to tell us something. Maybe there's a creative spark bubbling up inside you that's waiting to be explored, or perhaps there's an issue you've been putting off that's finally rising to the surface. Have you ever had one of those moments where an idea comes to you at the most unexpected time? This could be one of those nights. Take a moment to check in with yourself. What thoughts keep coming back to you? What ideas are trying to make their way to the forefront of your mind? You might be surprised by the clarity that comes when you stop resisting and start exploring what's going on in your head. Sometimes, simply allowing yourself the space to think can lead to unexpected insights. Of course, with all this mental activity, it can also be hard to relax and get the rest you need. If you find yourself tossing and turning, consider trying some relaxation techniques to quiet the mind. Deep breathing, gentle stretching, or even jotting down your thoughts in a journal can help bring a sense of calm. Have you ever tried writing things down before bed? Sometimes, getting those thoughts out of your head and onto paper is all it takes to ease the mental chatter and let you drift off to sleep. Now, with all this buzzing energy, it's important to keep an eye on your impulses, especially when it comes to spending. It's so easy to fall into the trap of making quick purchases when you're feeling restless or overwhelmed. Have you ever found yourself doing a little online shopping late at night, only to wonder the next day if you really needed that new gadget or pair of shoes? The energy right now can make those little impulse buys seem more tempting than usual, but try to resist making any big financial decisions unless they're absolutely necessary. If you do need to make a purchase or financial commitment, take a moment to pause and assess it with a clear head. Ask yourself, is this something I really need, or am I just looking for a quick comfort? There's nothing wrong with treating yourself to a small indulgence, especially if it lifts your spirits. But be mindful of the difference between a minor treat and a bigger commitment that could have long-term consequences. The key here is balance. Gemini energy can be fast-paced and sometimes a little scattered, so grounding yourself is essential. Have you ever noticed that when your mind is racing, it can help to step back and gain some perspective? Maybe that means reaching out to a friend for a quick chat, taking a walk to clear your head, or simply doing something that brings you back to center. Find what works for you, and give yourself permission to take that step back when needed. And if you're feeling particularly energized tonight, lean into it. This is a great time to brainstorm, create, or even just daydream about the possibilities ahead. Sometimes, those late-night bursts of inspiration can lead to our best ideas. Whether it's a new project, a fresh perspective on a challenge, or simply a clearer vision of where you want to go next, embrace the creative energy that's flowing through you. Remember, though, it's all about balance. While it's exciting to ride the wave of inspiration, be sure to weave in moments of calm and mindfulness to keep yourself grounded. Have you ever found that perfect balance between productivity and relaxation, where everything just seems to flow? That's what we're aiming for tonight, a harmonious blend of creativity and calm.